Hey guys, so this is the next episode of my work stress mini-series in which you can learn about the causes of work stress, symptoms, and how to solve work stress, how to improve your situation. In the previous episode in work stress causes up here, you can learn about the causes of work stress, and in today's episode we will learn about some work stress management techniques that you can use. Again, I think it's important to know your own work stress source and identify them so you can learn specific techniques, but in this video I will share you some general things that you can use and should be using to avoid work stress. The first one is don't freak out. Stress is not always bad. You also have eustress, which is a good type of stress. For example, if you need to prepare a presentation, that lower rush, the lower stress that you feel before doing the presentation, that's actually good. It can help you to focus a bit better and be more in the moment. So not every stress is bad. Don't freak out all the time. Recognize when you are actually stressing. A lot of us get into this stress feeling without even recognizing that we are stressing. A very simple technique that you can use is keeping a stress journal where you monitor what stresses you, when and how much. And in this way, you will develop a sort of mindfulness about your day and about your stressors, and you can notice them more easier and catch them right before you get more stress. Link below to how to use a stress journal. An obvious thing, but try to avoid stressful situations. How you can do that? Be more mindful. Know what the causes of work stress are from the previous video, and this will help you to recognize work situations or recognize work conditions that can lead to stress, and in this way you can avoid them or you can improve the situation before it leads to more stress. Next one is organize regular meetings with your manager. A lot of work stress comes from a bad relationship with your manager or not good communication. Organizing regular meetings can help you to, discuss what you're busy with, discuss your priorities, what you should focus on, how's work going, if you have any issues and problems that you need your manager's help with. So in this way you can eliminate a lot of stress from different areas of your work. Next one is clear communication. Bit connected to the previous one, but not only clear communication with your manager, but also clear communication with your co-workers. So make sure that you don't assume things. Always verify everything twice, even if or at least once. But even if it sounds trivial, you always, for example, ask back, okay, so is this what you mean? Is this what you mean? And it's very good to clear things up because it can lead to extra stress later on if you don't clear things up and something bad goes wrong. Also, something that you can use often is after meetings, send an email with all the points that were discussed just to make sure that you guys are on the same page. Next one is good relationship with your colleagues. It's important to have a good work sphere and to have colleagues who you can work well together with, because it can lighten up your day when you have a good conversation with people or when they help you out if you have problems, and you do this by having good relationships. So know about your colleagues, ask about their family, their hobbies, what they did on the weekend, and so on and so forth, and follow up on those things. And just develop a genuine interest in other people. And you also need to develop a healthy screw it mentality. So work is not life, okay? Yeah, you spend a lot of time at work, but it's not the most important thing in your life. So it's not worth always to stress about it. And a lot of things also, you stress about now, but you need to ask yourself, does this matter in 6 months or does this matter in 3 months? A lot of things that look important, they are actually not that important, and it's not worth to stress about. So keep in mind that work is not the most important thing in your life, and ask yourself the question, does this matter in 3 months or does this matter in 6 months? Should I stress this much about this? Okay, another obvious one, like what you do. So obviously if you don't like your work, it will make you unmotivated much faster. You will go to work with less enthusiasm. You will find it boring more easily, and you will feel stressed more easily about it. So like what you do. If you don't like what you do, experiment, find a new job, or start a side project next to your work. Who knows, maybe it will grow into a full-time job. A simple tip that you can follow is to take regular breaks. People say that you cannot concentrate longer than 20 minutes at a time. Could be. I like to take breaks every 30-40 minutes, maybe 40-45 minutes. Just grab a coffee, go to the toilet, go back, just stand up a bit, 2 minutes, it's enough. move your body a bit, get your mind out of all the things that you're focusing on, take a little break, breathe some fresh air, and it will help you to refocus you and lose stress a bit. In these regular breaks, you can also do a stress relief technique. So for example, do a breathing exercise or do some meditation if you have a meditation room. If you don't have a meditation room in your work, you should arrange one. Super cool. So you can also do something, you can do a bit bigger break every now and then, I don't know, every 2 or 3 hours. I like to do it usually in the afternoon around 3 o'clock. I have a dip and then it's very nice to make some breathing exercise or go to the meditation room and meditate for 10 minutes. It's awesome. This sounds like not a typical stress relief tip, but make sure you are hydrated and you keep a good diet, and make sure that when you have lunch, you have meaningful lunch with nutrition and with good food, not something fast, or even worse, don't skip lunch. Make sure that you're hydrated and you have a good diet, because it's important for your body's energy levels and also ultimately to your performance if you're hydrated and have a good diet during the day. And if you have more energy, you will much less likely to experience fatigue, headaches. Keep a cool list of to-dos and prioritize your to-dos. So I have a very simple Word document. Now I started to use Wunderlist. It's a cool little app, link below. And every time when someone comes by or I have a new to-do, I just note it down real quick and I forget about it. If it's not something that I need to do at the moment. It can happen that you're busy with something, you're focusing on something, someone comes by with a request, then if it's not necessary, don't pick up the request immediately. Put it down in your to-dos and keep focusing on your work. And if you keep these cool to-dos, you can be at ease because you won't forget stuff all the time, which can lead to problems and stress. And it will also help you to prioritize your to-dos every morning. Actually, I like to prioritize my to-dos in the afternoon before I end the workday, so the next day I already have a list with things I need to do. Okay, the next one is learn acceptance. I think learning acceptance is not only important for work, but in general to relieve stress. It's very important to learn that you cannot always change everything, okay? You have some things that you cannot finish up during the day. You have some tasks that you cannot change or some outcomes that you cannot change. So you have to accept them and move on. If you keep thinking about the same shit all the time and the same stuff all the time, then it will go crazy. So learn acceptance and learn that you cannot always finish up every task in a given day. There's always tomorrow. So your work is a continuous thing. It won't end tomorrow. So tomorrow you can also finish stuff. That's why it's important to keep a prioritized list and try to do the to-dos in the morning, which are important. Another small tip, but it can be very helpful. Go outside during lunch and maybe grab a sandwich on the way, or at least walk 10 minutes outside. Fresh air and a little exercise can really freshen up your brain and your body and your mind. And it can help you to pull you out from your stressy thoughts and your to-dos. Something that can help as well, a lot of people have pain in their shoulders or their backs, on their neck from not sitting correctly maybe at the chair, or it's a typical stress symptom, right? Because when you stress, then you typically sit like this, your whole body structure changes. So doing some exercises, some shoulder exercises, neck and hand exercises during the day can freshen your body up, and it can help you to pull you out from stress. So instead of stress taking control of your body, you take control of your body, and it helps you to relieve stress. Like I mentioned previously, but I want to mention it again, try maybe meditation or breathing exercises. If you don't have a meditation room in your office, try to arrange one. I can highly recommend it. It's really cool. Many times you have prayer rooms in an office where people can pray. You can use this as meditation as well. You just need to make sure you are respectable of people's praying hours. But I think it's really handy to maybe meditate sometimes or do breathing exercises. And if you don't want to do it in front of your colleagues, then you can do it in this silent room. It can really help you to, again, refresh your mind, let go of stress and stressing tasks at least for a second, and it can help you to refresh. And then with a new fresh mind, look at the task and to-dos again. So these are my tips for stress management at work. Again, it's best if you identify your own stressors. learn your causes of stress, and then you can pick stress relief exercises that help your specific situation. But I hope with these tips it will spark your imagination a bit, and maybe you can already pick a few things that you can do independently of your stress causes. So you can make sure that you drink enough water, you go out for a walk during lunch, or you try meditation, or make enough breaks during work. These are things that you can already do without learning your specific stress causes. So I hope this helps you. And again, as always, in the comments below, let me know what work stressors do you have, and what type of tips do you have what can help us to relieve stress. I think it's nice to share in the comments so other people can also learn from it. As always, relax and be well.